Alright, so the idea for today is to show you a very simple way to create this kind of hypnotic SFX, and then we're gonna take this idea into a Ableton instrument rack where we're gonna map some parameter to have some macro that we can later on randomize and therefore kind of create an infinite amount of SFX just with one rack. Let's jump into Ableton. Right, so I'm gonna play here, you're gonna hear 4 SFX just in solo, and then we're gonna put them in the context of a track. You can see this is the final rack, and I've made a 40 preset, but I could have continued. This rack will be available for free, link in the description. Now the one available for free will be without the preset, and if you're part of my Patreon, you will get the rack version with all the preset and also the project file of this video. Alright, so let's recreate it from scratch. So we're gonna use Meld for this SFX. There is few reasons why. First, you have different oscillator that you can choose here, and the most important thing is that you can map this to an instrument rack, so that's gonna be useful for later. Also, each oscillator have 2 parameters that you can modulate, which is great to add variation, also to implement it into the instrument rack. And you also have a kind of a crazy LFO section that can be interesting. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of Ableton default reverb. This is to make it a little bit less dry. I also find that when you have a little bit of reverb, when I'm tweaking parameter and explaining, you can hear what I'm explaining a little bit better. So I'm just gonna crank up the decay around 3 seconds. Okay, just a little reverb. Now we're not gonna use oscillator B for now, and we're gonna choose the noise loop. Put the rate at 7.1 and the fade at 75. Now, one of the characteristics of this SFX is kind of a fade in, fade out SFX, where the sound is quieter and then louder and then straight after quieter. So we're gonna use the envelope to replicate that. We don't want sustain, and obviously we want a long attack, so something maybe around 2 seconds. So that's for our fading, and for our fade out, we're gonna use the decay around 2 seconds, and we're gonna add a bit of releaser. So, and now we have. Okay, cool. Now I like to change the slope also to make it a bit tighter. It just sounds better for this type of SFX. Cool. Now that's great, that's modulating the amplitude, but we can use this envelope to modulate maybe one of the oscillator parameter, maybe the filter. So we're gonna modulate this one, maybe around 60%, and the filter 38%. Maybe we're gonna need to bring it down, and we can crank up the resonance of the filter to accentuate the effect, and maybe changing the type. Okay, cool. Now another thing to make the sound more interesting is to modulate the pitch with the LFO. So we're gonna modulate 12 semitone with the LFO1 FX, which is basically the LFO1 going into the LFO1 FX. The reason why I use the FX is I'm gonna just use the attenuator just like as a LFO amount on the pitch. So like this here, I don't have pitch modulation, but if I put here 100, okay, I have my pitch modulation. I'm gonna put it around 60% for now. And I love this LFO because you can really create crazy shapes. I'm gonna use the rate at 6 to have something a bit slower, and then the shape around there, so we start to get a bit of weird shape. And then you can go even crazier with the fold. I'm gonna put it for 0 for now, but it's gonna be useful for our rack later. And I'm gonna reduce the pitch modulation just to be a bit more gentle. Alright, so now in terms of effect, I'm just gonna add saturator is just to make things a little slightly louder. One thing which is cool with this kind of SFX is to use autopan to having the sound going from the left to the right. So bring up the amount around 65%. Again, I prefer to have the rate sync, but you can make it free at 3. I like to bring the shape up a little bit just to have like having the sound a little bit longer on the side. Pretty cool. And then finally, it's not mandatory, but a bit of delay is always cool. So this you can adjust to your taste. I'm gonna remove the ping pong. The feedback, you have to be careful if you don't want too long tail. Here it's okay. And finally, another stuff I like to do actually is to use the shifter in pitch mode, but the idea is to have one signal which is slightly detuned. So if I put at 100%, you don't hear difference. But the idea is to have it just 30%, so it's gonna create this weird detune effect. Pretty cool. You can even put in wide if you wanna enhance the stereo. Alright, and once I had that, the idea is I group everything into a rack, and you want to start to map parameter you might find interesting, like the oscillator type, maybe the oscillator rate. So these two, you can change them, and now it's gonna change the tone of your sound. and you just created the new SFX just like that. For example, you don't always want to have SFX with long attack. It's fine. I map the attack and the decay, and now I can have like SFX with a strong attack. Now you can hear, we don't hear the filter that much well, so we can map that too. Now also what can be great is to map all your LFO parameter also to the macros. You're gonna see why this is interesting, and you amount, because not only now you can change manually, but you can press on random and it's gonna now randomize all the parameter. And we just created the new SFX, and you click again on randomize, and you have a new one. So what I've actually done for the final rack is that I activated the second oscillator, also mapped the same parameter than for oscillator A on the instrument rack. So this is my final rack, because I'm not gonna redo the mapping from scratch, it's gonna be quite boring, but I've mapped oscillator B also to the same macro. Other stuff I map is all the filter parameters, so you can really change everything. This is the volume, so basically you can have either only oscillator A here, or only oscillator B here, or a mix of both. I also map the shifter device here if you don't want the weirdness. I map the pan rate, so you see the stereo effect going left to right if you want a slower one. And finally I map the delay dry wet and the reverb dry wet to the FX amount. So this is if you want to shut down the SFX to add your own delay and reverb. You have now a more dry effect. Now the great thing is you can always randomize, but sometimes there is parameter you don't want to randomize, like the filter, so you can always right click and exclude from randomization. That's what I done for the filter. I've done that also for the attack and the GK. I've done that for the FX amount and for the shifter. This is up to you, you can do how you want. But now every time I play random, it's creating a new SFX. Now you don't need to play random, you can do it manually obviously. Now if you wanna go even further, I recommend to also experiment with the matrix. So here for example I modulate them positively, but as the parameter is there, you might wanna modulate negatively. That might be something a bit more interesting. You might wanna modulate maybe the LFO, remove the pitch and modulate the filter. Now keep in mind for this rack, all the modification I've done for oscillator A, I've copied them for oscillator B to have something a bit more crazy. But now if you want something a bit more crazy, you could have completely dependent modulation from one oscillator to the other. You can change the slope or the attack or decay. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you like this video. If you wanna grab the preset, it's available for free, link in description. And if you wanna support me, you can grab the same rack with all of the preset and the project file also on my Patreon. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.